This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, now let's continue this session. After creation of your company code and assignment of your company code to company, we will not be doing anything on the enterprise structure, and then we will move on to directly financial accounting settings. So let me show you financial accounting path. To do any configuration, your T code is SPRO. Go to SPRO, click on SAP reference IMG. Open this financial accounting. Open this. In this, you will have various settings. Basically, our baseline configuration settings are part of your financial accounting global settings and general ledger accounting. From these two nodes, we have to do certain baseline configurations. Now, I am not going inside this. What I'm going to do, I am going to write the configuration steps directly here. So I'll say this is your first set. Okay, this is the first set which we already completed. And after this, let's now define. There's something called chart of accounts. And in the chart of account, there are 4 steps. Okay, so inside the chart of account, first one will be define
chart of account.
Chart of account.
Assign chart of account.
Second one will be assign chart of account to
company code.
Company code. And then third one will be
account
define
groups.
Account groups. Fourth one will be define
Retained earnings.
Retained earnings account. What are the T codes for this? For define chart of account, it will be your
OB13.
OB13. For assignment,
OB62.
OB62. For the account groups,
OBD4.
OBD4. Right. For your retained earnings account,
OB53.
OB53. This is another set of settings that you'll have to do, which is your chart of account. Okay. So after the chart of account, the next set will be your
fiscal year variant.
Fiscal year variant. And in this fiscal year variant, there will be 2 settings. One is
define fiscal year variant.
Fiscal year variant, and the next one will be
assign company code to fiscal year.
Fiscal year variant to
company code.
Now, this too also will have T codes. What is the fiscal year variant creation T code?
OB29.
It will be OB29. Right. And assignment of your fiscal year to company code?
OB37.
OB37. And these 2 settings are part of your fiscal year variant. Right. Once the fiscal year variant is completed, then you can define
posting period variant.
Posting period variant. Under the posting period variant, you will have 3 settings.
Define posting period
First
variant.
Define
posting period variant.
Posting period variant. Second one,
assign posting periods to company code.
Assign posting period variant to company code. Third one will be
open and close posting periods.
Open and close
posting periods.
Posting periods. Now again, these things will have respective transaction code. For defined posting period, T code
OBBO.
OBBO.
BO.
For assignment
OBBP.
will be OBBP.
BP.
For open and close periods,
OB52.
OB50.
right. This is another set. After this, we have to do
Field status variant.
field status variant. Inside the field status variant, there will be two steps. First one will be
Define field status variant.
define field status variant.
Assign
Next
company
one,
code to field status variant.
assign field status variant to your
Company code.
company code. Again, this will have T codes. T code for this,
OBC4.
OBC.
it will be OBC4,
C4.
and for the
OBC5.
assignment, it will be
C5.
OBC5.
C5.
Right. After this, you will have
Tolerances. Documents.
Tolerances.
document splitting. Now,
SPRO.
for the document splitting, we normally do not have any transaction code, but let us write down
SPRO.
what exactly we do inside the document splitting as part of your baseline configuration. For that, you have to go to General Ledger Accounting, Business Transactions, Document Splitting. Here, first thing that you have to do is classify GL accounts for document splitting. I'm only going to keep the setting name here. Once this is done, the next one is document type for document splitting. And after you do the document types for document splitting, next will be document splitting characteristics for General Ledger Accounting. And then
activate document split.
Activate document splitting, but in between
Zero balance.
we will also do this zero balance clearing account. So these are the settings that we have to do from the document splitting point of view. Okay, people might ask you what settings or what configuration you will do from the document splitting point of view. You may have to talk about this 4 or 5 settings.
Okay, sir.
All right. After document splitting, you will have
Tolerances.
tolerance groups. So we do have 3 types of tolerances. One is your
tolerance for GL account.
GL account. Employers and users.
GL account.
Vendors.
Tolerances.
Customers or vendors.
Vendor.
Tolerances.
Tolerances.
Or employer.
User.
User or employees.
Employee or user tolerances. Right. Now these tolerances have the transaction code. What is the transaction code for GL tolerance?
OBA0.
OBA0.
A0.
And customer and vendor tolerance?
OBA3.
OBA4.
A3.
Employee and user tolerance?
OBA4.
Right. This is another set. Now, after this,
tax procedure.
You have to do tax procedure. Inside the tax procedure, again we will do 2 steps. One is your
define tax procedure.
Tax procedure.
Assign tax procedure to country.
Assign tax procedure to country.
Country.
What is the transaction
Country.
code for defined tax procedure?
OBYZ.
OB YZ.
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 And assignment?
OBBG.
OB BG.
BG.
Right.
PG.
After tax procedure,
Controlling.
Controlling area, sir.
controlling
Area.
area. So in controlling area, there are again 3 steps.
Define controlling
One
area.
is your define
Controlling area.
controlling area. Next,
Assignment company code to controlling area.
company code to
Controlling area. Next, activate
controlling
component.
area. And then next one is your activate
Activate components.
component. Right. Now for all of this, there is only one T code, which is your OK
Okay, KP.
KP. Everything is done in the same transaction code, OK KP. After the controlling area, what else we will do?
Profit center basic settings, sir.
No.
Field.
Profit center is part of your master data,
Document types.
or here you can also write down
Ledgers.
profit center basic setting. What is that transaction code?
0K E5.
Let's open. What is that screen name? 0K
E5.
E5.
Controlling area. We didn't create controlling area.
This is
Controlling
profit
area
center
settings.
accounting controlling area settings. I'll say define
Profit center area controlling account.
profit center accounting controlling area
Settings.
settings. T code will be 0K
0K E5.
E5. Only one step we will do here.
Next, document types.
So what and all we have done now?
Chart of account.
Chart of account,
Fiscal
fiscal
year
year,
variant.
posting
Posting
period,
period variant.
field
Field
status,
status variant. Document splitting. Tolerance. Controlling area. Tax procedure. And profit center basic settings.
profit center, basic settings. Any other settings that are missing?
Document types will come, sir.
That we will write down when we are about to post a document.
Sir, ledgers and
Ledgers.
currencies.
Define
Ledgers, currencies.
ledgers. Right. Define
Non-leading ledger.
Non.
define non-leading ledgers. So I'll put this here.
Ledgers.
I'll write ledgers. So what is the T code for non-leading ledger creation?
FINSC underscore ledger.
FINSC underscore
Ledger.
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 Okay.
Next, currencies.
define
Currency, global
currencies
settings,
for
company code,
company codes.
and ledgers.
Company code and also for the ledgers. T code,
Same T code FINSC ledger.
it will be the same T code. Both for currency and for the ledger, it is the same T code. Okay. And you need to do accounting principle definition, that let me put here.
Parallel accounting.
Define accounting principle.
SN.
We have T code for this. There's no T code for it.
Okay, SPRO path.
Yeah, I'll simply put parallel accounting. What we need to do here, let me put T
SPRO
code
path.
as SPRO. Okay, this is part of your SPRO. Here you have to define accounting principle, whether you are following
Indian
IFRS or
Companies
Indian
Act.
Companies Act or whatever it is. And then you have to assign your accounting principle to the ledger group.
Ledger groups.
And there is one more setting. I go here, just part of this integration of this one. In this integration,
Define ledger for controlling versions.
okay, so this also does not have anything. I'll put SPRO. First, it is very important that you know what settings are to be done as per standard baseline configuration in S4 HANA. Okay, because in this there are certain activities which are done exclusively in HANA. Certain activities are common between your ECC and HANA, but there are certain activities which are done only in S4 HANA alone.
Okay.
After this, something we'll have to do, consistency check.
Consistency check of general ledger settings.
What is this?
Execute consistency check.
Okay, so consistency check for company code. This is another important setting. Okay. And what else is left? Parallel, we have done this, we have done. After this, and four. So these are the configuration steps that we'll have to carry out before we start our actual data entry in SAP S/4HANA system. Now, what I want everybody to do is, I want everybody to remember these things. So I don't mind if you by heart this or if you read this, what you will do, I don't mind. But when somebody is asking you baseline configuration, I want you to speak out in the same flow without any gaps, without any hesitation. Let it be in the interview or let it be with your friends or anybody. If somebody is asking you what is baseline configuration for a new company code, you always talk anything to anybody keeping S4 HANA in mind. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Anything that you speak now,
Sir,
it has to be with respect to S4 HANA, not with respect to ECC. Because nobody will ask you anything from ECC. If somebody is asking you something, when we are talking about somebody is asking something, it is either from an interview point of view or from a real-time point of view. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Either it is an interview point of view or it is a real-time point of view. They mean majoritarily S4 HANA. When you know it is from S4 HANA, it is always better you talk from S4 HANA point of view. You should go in a flow. Nobody cares what you will do inside defined chart of account. People just want to know that you are aware of the 4 steps. If I ask you what are the configuration steps for chart of account, then I expect you to explain me or tell me the 4 steps first. Before you go in detail into each and every step, first I want to know one-liners from you. Define chart of account, assign chart of account to company code, define account groups, define retained earnings account, and then T code where it is configured. That is your first level of remembering or learning SAP FICO. What you will do inside that defined chart of account screen is secondary. Because when you're inside that screen, automatically you will do what needs to be done. If I open this screen OB13, I open OB13, I know that I have to add a new entry. Any confusion here? Once you're inside this screen, it is very straightforward, right? You need to add a new entry.
Yes, sir.
But before that, you need to know what is the transaction code to define a chart of account.
OB13.
First, I should know when I'm talking about chart of account. First, I have to create a chart of account. To do that, I need OB13 transaction code. I'll come here. Then I need to know that I'll click on new entries. Then I get screen like this. It is very straightforward. I need to give my 4-digit alphanumeric chart of account code, description for it, language for it, length of GL account up to 10 digits. If group chart of account is needed for consolidation, you give it. If you want to block it, block it. That's it. If you configure this for 2-3 times, automatically these fields will get registered on your mind. Okay.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Right. If you do not know how to define a chart of account, assume that you know what is the T code, but you do not know how to define a chart of account. Always take 0001 or 1000 wherever possible. Now I find a 0001. Do not do anything. Just double click on this 0001. Now my assumption is I do not know what to do, how to define a chart of account. I only remember the T code of a chart of account. I entered the transaction. I clicked on new entry. I'm confused to what to do. Do not refer any YouTube. Do not refer any Google. Do not refer any notes. straight away come to the standard or existing company code or existing values, which is your 0001 or 1000. You can pick any one because you're only going to refer this, get an idea. Double click on anyone, you will understand how the chart of account is defined. You understood, okay, they have given a code for it, they gave some description, language, length, something they have given for group chart of account. Whatever you feel is not relevant, you are not clear, ignore it. Do not put that value because that is not a mandatory, right? Is that mandatory?
No, sir.
No, sir.
It is not mandatory. If it is
No,
mandatory,
sir.
then you think of giving something. If it is not mandatory, just ignore it. Okay, fill your
Yes, sir.
values, click on save. If it is not correct, system will stop you. It will not allow you to save. It will throw some error or a warning at the bottom. Look at that error message or look at that warning message. See why the error is coming, why the warning message is coming. Majority of the cases, that error message or warning message itself will give you the answer. What is missing, what needs to be done. If you read that error message twice, you will understand what to do to fix that issue. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, wherever you're on the define or create a screen, it is straightforward. Enter the screen, look at the existing value, take that as a reference, create your own entry. If you are confused that what to do, what you will do is go to OB13 once. Now you're on the change view, add a new entry. Now I do not know how to create this. Do not open your notebook. Do not refer even my notes, even my video. Open one more window on your screen. Right? Open the same transaction once again, OB13. You will get a message, locked data. AJ07, I only logged in now. So it is telling data is already logged. Now the intention is only to check how the existing data is created. So you click on yes, so that system will display the logged data. If you click on no, it will cancel this. Right? My intention is to check as a reference, like the way you copy. If you wanted to copy, what you will do, you need two sources,
Yes, sir.
right? You need the original entry from which you will record another entry.
Yes.
So here I'll click on yes. I'll get this display chart of account. Just minimize this a little, minimize this and move a little right side. Everybody knows this, right? Just minimizing the other screen on your system.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now, once you do this, select anyone, double click on it. Okay. Now you see on the left side the new entry screen, and on the right side already an entered record, right? 0001.
Yes, sir.
So based on this, you
Yes,
decide
sir.
what is to be created. At least try to make an experiment. So right from the beginning, I want everybody to experiment on the system, not like straightforward you are doing whatever I'm telling. You have to experiment, get different errors. Nothing will happen to system, no problem at all. Any error that you get, we can resolve it. Right? Try to make
Okay.
as many
Yes, sir.
experiments as possible. Try to get as many errors as possible, because each error will teach you a different thing. Right?
Yes, sir.
So look at this, but don't create a 0001 as it is. Then you are doing mistake. You should have clarity that what your company code is, what your value should be. If your company code is MARU, then you may create your chart of account as MARU. So in that way, you have to create. This is only for the reference purpose. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, once you do this, similarly open each and every transaction. Because before I configure all these things, I want everybody to see these transactions at least twice on the screen. If you're not understanding what to do, simply come to SAP, open the transaction, come to SAP, open that transaction, check if you find anything to be clicked, click on this. If it is asking for something,
Company code.
give your company code or whatsoever and check what values are there. If you're not understanding, ignore it, but at least look at the screen. If you talk about assign company code to chart of account, how that screen looks like. At least that information we should be aware of. It should not be that I know T code of OB62. I know that there is a setting called assignment of chart of account to company code, but I don't know how we do it, how that screen looks like. That should not be the case. Clear? Huh?
Yes, sir.
At least some idea you should get how that screen looks like, so that you can proceed on your own and you can configure on your own, because these are all very simple basic things which does not require any guidance, which does not require any assistance. Now, after this, if you have account groups, open this define account groups, enter inside the transaction. See, look at different account groups: asset, expense, income, secondary cost element. There are around 2625 records. Just check what kind of account groups people are creating: current assets, loans, advances, EBS account, expense, accumulated depreciation. When you look at all these things, you will understand. Payables, payable compensation, payable vendor, payable dividends, other payable, employee additional SOC payment, other provision, accrued profit, capital assets. You will get to know different account heads, right? And then if you come to the next screen, OB53, what is there inside this? Give your chart of account, maybe 0001. You have something called P&L account. They are giving X, some values here. What is this transaction? BIL. What is this BIL? Balance carry
Balance.
forward. At least try to look at the screen, try to get some information. If you enter this screen, you may find X. You will understand what is X. This is BIL. Try to understand what is BIL. There is something called posting key. What is this posting key? 4050 account. What is this account? Just get a fair idea, rough idea as an experiment. You're not learning, you're just experimenting on the screen. So confidently you go click wherever you want. Right? Don't think if I click this, what happens? Let anything happens. Nobody is going to question you. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Go back.
Sure.
Similarly, at each section, I want everybody to open all the screens minimum twice. I want this to happen today, so that tomorrow
Good.
when I start configuring, screen should not be new to you. If I open this OB29, I enter inside. I don't want you to see this screen for the first time tomorrow. I want everybody should have already seen this screen on your system. You may not know what is all this, but at least this screen you must be familiar with. Look at the screen, that's it. And see what is there. If you wanted to click somewhere, do something, do whatever you want, play with it. And when you're coming out, when you're playing, you're getting all these error messages, simply click this cancel. Top you will find cancel. Right? If you're unable to understand what happened, in the transaction bar, put /n. What do you put?
Slash n.
Slash n.
Only /n and press enter. You will be out of that. You don't know what happened. Put /n and keep quiet. Go to the next transaction. OB37. Enter this screen. See what is there. Verify that at every assignment screen, you will not find a new entries option.
Yes, sir.
Okay, at every assignment screen, you will not find a new entries option. All you find is position. When you click on position, some pop-up comes. What is that pop-up? If I give some value in the pop-up, what is coming? Just have a look at it. Go back. Similarly, your posting period variant, OBBO. Open this. This is a new entry creation screen. That is why you will find new entries. You add a new entry, what is there? You do not know how to add a new entry, double click on any one entry. If nothing is coming up, which means this has only variant and the description, nothing beyond that. Go back. Open the other screen, OBBP. Here also assignment. In the assignment, there is no new entries option. All you find is position. Click on position. Check what information is available and go back. Likewise, all these transactions, I want everybody to see at least twice. Just open the T code, look at the screen, and then check. Also remember these names. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is
Yes, sir.
mandatory. If somebody is asking you baseline configuration of a new company code from the FICO point of view, you must have the sequential steps. It is not that you are telling in an assembled way. Tell in a proper sequence. If required, tell the transaction code. If required, tell what you do inside it. The first one is always the other person wants to know the sequence of steps. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, done.